Hello and welcome to Impulse TV. Here we have a cast/crew from Black Market. So guys, big question is, in what way does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? We have seen that you have been doing this for an extensive amount of time. So how exactly did your cinematography aspect turn out? Was it quite difficult to handle, or did it take quicker than you think?
When it came to the cinematography, it was weird how it happened. Since there was only 3 of us, we were the crew and actors at the same time. We managed it well though, I would say, in the way that we designated tasks to each other and sticking to the plan.
When anything happened, we would always consult each other and see what everybody would say. It did become slightly difficult here and there as we were quite tight for some time, but we did pull through.
It was slightly hard to handle tasks here and there, but overall we managed well. We met the deadlines and the final trailer was ready to go.
That's interesting, but what about the mise-en-scène? Was it difficult to implement in regards to developing and challenging the conventions?
Mise-en-scène is always difficult. To find the perfect place, the perfect costume, the perfect lighting, it's not always easy. You can run into countless problems. But when the costume wasn't right, the lighting wasn't right, there was location problems.
Constantly there were problems, but we managed. We did try to challenge the conventions in regards to having a posh black man living in a rundown area, but there's not generally a film like it.
But when it came to the comedic elements, we tried to stick to what we know and what is typically experienced in a comedy film. All the goofy, silly scenes were there. You could say that we tried to challenge and develop the conventions at the same time.
What about the editing and sound? How did that turn out?
Well, editing was less of a tedious task. The most difficult was sound. To find the perfect soundtrack, it did take quite some time, as it had to be copyright free, but we did manage. There were no voiceovers, so that definitely saved some time, but when there was dialogue, sound effects and music were all compiled, then it all came together well.
Everything was very effective and made a good impact when it came into viewing the final piece. Editing couldn't have been easier. Everything was pre-planned and we did it in such a way that there was always going to be continuity.
It was just a matter of our editor actually cutting each clip at the right moments and compile everything together for it to flow. Transitions were seen during the change from clip to clip animation text. They flowed well and went with the comedic theme that we had set out.
Sounds like it went well, as you mentioned about the text. I thought it was magnificent, but what made you use those specific features?
I like the text as well. So we all sat down and began looking for a particular font and we all thought this one was perfect. The only thing now was to pick a colour scheme. We felt that having multicolours not only appears to be both genders, but having a bright multicolours connotes happiness and gives the comedic element of what we were going for.
The size was chosen as it was not big and it was not too small. As we scaled the text to see the appropriate size would fit the canvas, we deduced that the specific one was perfect. It was captivating as well as not too in your face.
Even the movement, it worked well. Our animator did a great job in creating the animation in the way when the text came in and exited the screen. It had that comedy edge and was very fast paced.
So essentially, every film has a structure to work with. So with that in mind, how did your storyboard and script turn out? Was the composition difficult?
It was honestly difficult. To make the first draft with the original ideas was a huge burden in the sense that we had to draw out the scenes and show what shots we had planned. We understood the fact that we had to make a perfect trailer and it was in need with the perfect storyboard, so we had to spend time on it.
Storyboarding is not an easy procedure, especially when the idea is barely developed. However, when you begin drawing and scripting, it all just comes together well. Everything is compiled and the idea just sounds better than it ever has. I'm very pleased with how everything turned out.
Yeah, it could have been better in the sense that we could have stuck to it more, as there were scenes where we deviated from the original storyboard as they became quite hard to implement. Overall, still pleased with how the Black Market turned out. We took inspiration from Shanghai Noon in the way all text was animated.
Well, that concludes of the interview. Thank you very much for coming down and I wish you the best of luck with Black Market.
Thank you.
Thank you.